מחרו בניבד Kriste šobas mogilot savtoj aliloda odsta utsa degembersa Kriste
Gamarjoba, and welcome to the History of Sakadvelo, Georgia. I'm your host, Roberto, and welcome to the holiday special, A Georgian Christmas. It's December, and as the song goes, it's the most wonderful time of the year. So how better to spend the holiday than with your friends and loved ones? Joining us today are my friends and Georgian teachers, Becca and Gvansa. Gamarjoba, Becca and Gvansa.
Roberto.
So Becca and Gvansa are part of the group HodaGeorgia, and instead of me talking about what they do and who they are, let them talk about what they do and who they are. So please introduce yourselves.
Gamarjoba.
Gamarjoba, me var Gvansa.
Me var Becca. I am Becca.
And I'm Gvansa. And we're HodaGeorgia.
Georgian language duo.
Let's call it that. So we basically teach Georgian language to foreigners, and this just started like a hobby, and it became our side job. And we are passionate about Georgia, Georgian culture. Obviously, we both are Georgian, and we love to share our culture and language with all the people who are interested in it.
Thank you for inviting to your podcast show. And we started our startup during pandemic. And we didn't know how would it go, but it goes
very well.
Yeah.
At first, we started our YouTube channel and we uploaded some tutorials about Georgian language. But after that, we kind of gained some students offsite. And right now we have about 15 students from around the world who just learn Georgian with us via online platforms. And we have like live sessions and everything.
Yes, I can attest to how amazing they are as teachers. So if you're interested, please go to them. I know a few of you guys who have listened to the show have asked me about them. And I will always gladly recommend them. And actually, when I first started my show, I put their videos up on my Learn Georgian segment. So that was our first interaction together.
That's true.
I remember it was in summer, right? This summer.
It was in April. Yes.
Oh, in April. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was starting. So since we're talking about a Georgian Christmas, so Christmas in the USA and in Georgia can be a little bit different because of just the Eastern European, Western European vibes.
Exactly.
So I found a few similarities, but I also found some really cool differences. So we have things such as the Alilo procession, the Chichilaki, and the Tovlis Babua. So I'm just going to ask, what exactly is the Alilo procession, and have you been involved in it at all?
Well, Alilo procession is a group of singers who, on the night of the Christmas, go around the houses. They sing along, and we just give them off candies, sweets, and we celebrate Christmas by singing. And the song is polyphonic because if you know Georgian songs, especially folk songs, they're all polyphonic. So at least 3 singers are like mandatory, at least.
Actually, it's like Halloween, but don't consider that if we don't give this person some sweets, they would throw stones to your door.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you do the same on Halloween, right? You go get, candies out and you give it to the people who knock at your door. We do the same, but instead the procession is for the Christmas. And the ones that require from us like sweets, they're a group of singers who celebrate, who congratulate us on Christmas and say Happy Christmas.
Some religious chants are also sang.
Yes, of course. Actually, in modern era, this was like initiated from Georgian Orthodox Church to do this procession. So that's something that we have to say, because in older times it happened in villages. People, in villages we have like small houses, and group of singers would gather around and go to the neighboring houses. But now in modern era, Georgian Church
in cities.
Georgian church initiated that we do this tradition in cities as well. And they're the ones who initiate, and anyone is welcome to join. If you're Georgian, if you're not Georgian, if you're just a random guy off the street and you see those group of people,
you can join
them.
And enjoy this atmosphere and people.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm. So I was reading that children really like the Alilo procession because they get candy from it.
Of course.
As I was also reading, I saw some pictures and people are dressed in special clothes. They sometimes wear flags and are dressed from people from like different Christmas stories as well.
Yeah, mostly religious clothes, like
Yeah.
icons or some
They
religious
definitely.
history
Mhm.
facts and myths are on their clothes.
They
And-
have Georgian flag icons
Yes.
as well. Yes, of course. You can see crosses everywhere because it's for Christmas, right? The theme is Christmas, and it happens on Georgian Christmas especially. And we are at this topic, we have to say that Georgian Christmas is on 7th of January.
Yeah.
Everyone else
2
celebrates
weeks,
it
2 weeks later,
Yeah.
after 25th.
after your Christmas, Roberto.
Yes, it's because of the calendar. So if I remember, the Orthodox Church still uses the old calendar, so that's why everything is 2 weeks behind.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. It's all because of Julian and Gregorian calendar.
Yes, because the Gregorian calendar is Catholic and the Julian calendar is Eastern.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
I was also reading that some of the songs that are sung during the Alilo procession contain the words Otsta Hutsa Dekim Bersa Christe Ishva Betlem Sal.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, because at the end of the day, the Christmas day is considered to be 25th of December, which is the date, if we go by the old calendar, by which the Orthodox Church, is doing it all. It is the same as like 7th of January for now.
And just so I can translate for those people who don't understand Georgian, on the 25th of December, Jesus Christ was born in Bethlehem.
Yeah, that's the
Mhm.
song. The song lyrics say that, yes. On 25th of January, Jesus Christ was born.
But
In
we
Bethlehem.
celebrate on 7th of January.
I mean, it's the differences in calendars at that point. It's just we go by the Western calendar, and the Eastern Church still uses their calendar because they think it's more right. But everyone has opinions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And me and Becca, it's like our personal choice. We always try to celebrate on 25th of December modestly, in a modest way,
Mhm.
just symbolically, because everyone else is celebrating that time of the year. And we like to join the worldwide family in that joyous occasion. But of course, we have a big celebration on 7th of January, which is by our Orthodox Church calendar.
And I think that's amazing because you just get 2 New Years and 2 Christmases.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Way more days to celebrate.
More parties.
Who doesn't want the Georgian Supra? Come on.
Actually, on 25th of December, or maybe before previous days, we make this New Year tree, right?
Yes,
Christmas tree.
exactly.
Oh, so that's actually the next thing I was going to ask. So the Christmas tree. So in Georgia, it's called the chichilaki.
Exactly.
We have Chichilaki and Nadzvische as well. Nadzvische is a really Christmas tree, this pine tree. But Chichilaki is old Georgian Christmas tree, and it is
Yeah, it's mostly made.
By
Well, it was
walnuts.
yes, walnuts,
hazelnuts.
branches. It's made out of branches,
Branches
and we
of this.
shave those branches, and we make like little curls
Mhm.
to
Curly.
this tree.
It's very curly.
It's very curly.
And it is white.
Yeah, exactly. It's white.
Yeah.
It's very sweet. It was mostly popular in Western Georgia, but right now everyone tries to have both Nadzvische, which is like the Christmas tree, pine tree, and Chichilaki as well. So it's become more popular in recent times as well. But it was originally from Western Georgia because there are plenty of walnuts and walnut branches and trees, and this is why it was initiated there.
Mhm.
So one thing I heard is that the chichilaki looks like the beard of Saint Basil the Great.
Yes.
So they look like the beard, and that people like to put small fruits and sweets on them as well.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yes, we do that. Candies, fruits, anything.
Little toys as well, you can.
Mm-hmm.
And that they're burnt on January 19th for the Epiphany.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's true. Well, although some of the people preserve it.
Yeah,
There are
and
people who preserve it.
they have forever.
Yeah.
If you don't want to buy chicholaki next year, you can.
Yeah, because somehow they preserve itself. They are not broken. They look the same.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And for those, I mentioned the burning because some people burn them to mark the end of the year's troubles.
Yeah.
Yes, and to renew, to greet the new beginning.
I think that's amazing because it's one of those things where, oh, it's kind of amazing. And one thing I actually read is that the chichilaki comes from a more pagan thing. I don't know if that's true or not.
And there are many stories, actually, not only Chichilaki. About Alilo, I can also say that the foundation to this Alilo procession and the song that we sing on Alilo, not this part that we talked about, because we also sing a Georgian chant, which is like on 25th of January, Christ was born. Not this one, but there are other chants. And the foundation to it was actually a pagan song in older times. And the naming of the song was different, and the procession was for other aims. But after Christianity came in, this paganism and Christianity, obviously they befriended each other, and after that this procession was named Alilo, which comes from the word Alleluia, hallelujah. Yes. So, and also Chichilaki, yes, it was at first a pagan tradition. There are some mixture of historical facts. Different facts say different things, but that we could also say that.
That's awesome. And then, so we mentioned that, you don't get your, Georgian Christmas isn't until January 7th, but you actually get your presents on the 1st of January, on New Year's.
Yes, we give each other this New Year presents on New Year night, like 31st of December at night. When 1st January is coming, we give each other our presents, New Year presents.
Yeah, that's probably strange because, well, we celebrate Christmas separately, but somehow with the New Year we're like rest of the world. But wait for it, we have second New Year on 14th of January, so we also have a separate Christmas, New Year, I wanted to say. But yes, we celebrate our New Year on 1st of January, and we exchange gifts like rest of the world does. And we put those presents underneath Nadvisre, which is pine tree, as Becca said, and we celebrate together.
Yeah, actually, this New Year tradition was very strong during Soviet Union and before in Russian Empire as well. And actually, in Georgian tradition, giving presents to family members during Christmas, it is not tradition. This is new for us. We just learned it from American movies.
Probably
and
from Western
Yeah, we
culture.
found out that on Christmas, maybe we can give to each other some gifts, some Christmas gifts. When we give each other gifts, it's New Year. It's 31st of December. 1st January night.
Yeah. And what we do share and give each other is Georgian Supra. It can get better than that, whatever you have to give to others.
which I think is better. I know. What's better than a full stomach and lots of wine and cheese?
Yeah.
And walnut food as well.
Oh, walnut is great. Yes.
Everything is made by walnut.
Yes. On like
Kozinaki,
Paje, Satsiri, everything. Walnut is really popular on that time
Georgian
of year.
New Year supra.
Because we make like sauce out of walnut in which we have boiled chicken, and we also make kozinape, which is nuts plus honey together. It's sweets that we eat. Also churchela from grape juice, and Roberto's getting crazy. You should go after this show and buy it. Churchela, which is made out of grape juice and stuffed with walnuts or nuts or anything that you want of that kind.
Just be careful when eating tortilla because I almost choked a few times because of the rope inside of it.
Rope inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just bit into it and I bit off the rope, and it was my first time having tortilla and no one told me. So I was like, oh, it's just the rope is just on the top, no biggie. Then I bite into it and then it's like, I start coughing and I pull out the rope and I'm like, oh, and all the Georgians are just kind of laughing because it's like, oh, you didn't know.
So that is really Georgian traditional sweets. This churchkhela, gozinate, and these sweets are like must on New Year's.
Yeah, you must have it.
Supra.
What else? We also make mtswadi.
Yeah, but mtswadi is
Yeah.
any season. We make it
Any season, but definitely also on that supra as well.
Yeah. We eat also churchkhela in any time, but gozinak is only in New Year, which is you burn this walnut and
Yeah.
with the honey you press it, and
Yes.
it's very hard to eat, like difficult to eat.
It's kind of hard, and you have to, be careful with your teeth, but it's really tasty.
All good foods are bad for your teeth. That's about the food. And one thing I did want to ask is, instead of Santa Claus, you have Tovlis Babua.
Yeah.
Yes. Tovlis babua.
And-
Tovli is a snow, and babua is grandfather. So Tovlis babua is really grandfather of snow.
Yeah, and the concept of Tovlis Babua is probably different from Santa Claus
Yes.
because Santa Claus is Saint Nicholas. For us, it's just a grandpa, Georgian grandpa who comes with presents.
Yeah, old man with the white beard and
who's mostly your neighbor dressed up as grandpa, or maybe your father or someone.
yeah, even looks like
Maybe Svanetian guy.
yes,
Kind
Svanetian
of,
guy.
right?
Yeah.
A shepherd.
Yes.
In
shepherd.
a way, yes.
And wearing this nabadi is called this
The
long
coat.
coat
That he's wearing.
Yeah,
Also,
warm
he
and
has
warm.
a stick of the shepherd.
Yeah, like shepherd.
Yes, and also the
Wearing hat.
Yeah, wearing hat from Svanetian region mostly.
Uh-huh.
And it that snowman doesn't come down from the chimney; it knocks on your door.
Oh, that's much nicer than breaking into people's home.
Less scary.
I was reading he wears his cloak, his nabadi is made out of a white sheep instead of like the shepherd's wearing, the darker colors. So he wears all white. Yeah, he wears white. Yeah.
Yes.
Because he's a snowman. See, can't wear black.
So I was reading that, he kind of walks, he comes down from the mountains, he's your neighbor, and the more fictional version, like he gives treats and sweets to all the Georgian children, and do the kids leave out anything for Tovlis Babua?
I never did. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe simple,
But-
saying some poems or things.
Yeah, like to exchange something. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
said few poems, yes, when I was little. Because good children would know some poems, see, or sing a song, or maybe dance, because in Georgia, as you know, dances are also very popular. Everyone dances, everyone sings, and everyone knows at least some lyrics or
Or
some
playing
poems.
some Georgian musical instruments, panduri, doli, chonguri. There's 3 strings in musical instruments, like guitar, but with 3 strings, like folklore instruments, Georgian folklore instruments. And one thing about Tovlis Babua is that Tovlis Babua tells fairy tales to the kids.
Yeah.
When he visits the family, he tells these fairy tales, like stories
Yeah. Stories about Georgia, maybe about stories about little boys and girls, their adventures.
Some maybe mythology.
Yeah, of course, myths. Not everything is true. And also, he will definitely tell a story
Legends.
where, a boy behaved badly or a girl behaved badly and what was the consequences. And the children have to promise never to be bad again. And then they get a candy.
And then they're bad the next day.
Yeah, and sometimes these stories are linked to real Georgian history. Yeah, maybe this Tovlis Babua even tells about King David or King
Yes.
Eregle, something like son.
Or Tamar.
Yeah. That's one day there was King.
Once upon a time,
yes.
there was.
King Tamar or.
And his stories will definitely start like this. Iqo dara iqora.
Which is equivalent of once upon a time.
Yes, but in Georgian.
But in Georgian it's iqo da ara iqo ra. Was there or was not there? No one knows. Like this idea. Context is this.
We don't know whether it's true or not. But as this.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Alrighty, and so we've mentioned a few of the things that some foods that you eat during the holidays. What are some personal traditions that you both have that you do?
What we do, probably it's similarly to all the other Georgians. On Christmas, we always light a candle.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we always say a
7th.
small prayer on 7th. And
Yes.
also, sometimes we do it on 25th of
Yes.
December. Yeah. We like to light a candle to pray and say thanks for everything that we have and to congratulate each other on Christmas.
We have
day.
our tradition, which is very maybe interesting
maybe.
for Roberto and for our listeners. We watch Jesus
Oh, yeah.
Christ Superstar.
That's our personal tradition.
What? I've never heard of this. What is this?
This is not a Georgian thing, okay?
This is our personal tradition. This music drama, musical, American musical.
Jesus Christ Superstar, which is a rock opera by Andrew Lloyd Webber. This is our personal favorite for me and Becca, and we watch it. Other than, of course, obviously, we watch some of the Georgian movies, that are connected to this theme. Veri Subnis Melodiebi is one of the movies in which you can actually hear the song Otsta Chutza December. So this Christmas song that you said, Roberto, on 25th of January, Jesus Christ was born in Bethlehem. This song is in that movie, and we watch it.
Oh, you should watch this movie, Roberto. You will like it. You will love it.
Yeah.
Veris Ubnis Melodie.
It's a musical also.
Musical.
So send me a link and I'll watch it and I'll put it on here as well on the link.
Okay.
Maybe you know Buba Kikabidze. Do you know Buba Kikabidze?
It sounds familiar. I actually don't know it then.
He's like one of the actors that we love dearly,
our Sinatra or something.
Yes,
our Frank Sinatra.
And he plays in that musical, that we're talking about. Veris Ubnis Melodie, melodies of from Veris Ubani. That's the title
from Vera district.
Oh yeah,
Vera is one of the districts in Tbilisi.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned he was your Frank Sinatra, I really have to go check that out now. I'm a huge Frank Sinatra fan, which also he has some great Christmas music as well. And then, so I think, is there anything else that you can think of that you do that I didn't mention?
Yeah, toast without toast.
We always celebrated whatever is the plan afterwards. We have to be at home together, all the family members. And last year, actually, because of the pandemic, like my parents and we couldn't get together, but we like Zoom chatted and we made toast because it's a family time. So we all have to be together and afterwards do whatever you want to do. But on 12 o'clock, you have to be at home.
Yeah, I like this tradition when we lit candle in the window.
Yeah.
On the window.
Oh, and yes, the candle that we told you about that we lit, we also put a candle outside on the window, and you can see on the Christmas night in all of the houses, these candles are
lit.
Shining, and they're all lit. Yeah. And it's beautiful.
Yeah, when you look outside, all your neighbors and
they're celebrating Christmas also.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What else? And we eat
a lot.
That's our
eat
thing.
And drink.
We eat and drink. Oh, of course, Georgian wine is mandatory. No other wine is accepted.
Whoa.
Oh, you have it.
It's empty. It's empty.
You are ready for Georgian Christmas.
I drank it last night.
Sorry, maybe one thing which is not our tradition, but maybe for some families and like most of Georgians, Georgians fast. They do this fasting, this service.
No, like they fast
in
all
fast.
Religions, but in Orthodox Church, this fasting goes on for days and days and days, and it's huge.
Yeah, and what I wanted to, on Christmas, they stop this.
Yes, fasting, they stop.
And that's why they eat, and supra is so
full. Oh, and what is actually happening is that they go, like Christians, they go on liturgy and they spent night over in the church praying and meeting the Christmas in the church. And other ones who cannot go to the church, they obviously stay at home, lit the candles, and put it at their windows so that everyone can see it. And the rest of the people who are in church, they meet the sunrise together, they pray, and then they have supra outside of the church, and then the alilo goes around. That's like the circle.
Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. I don't want to take up more of your time. So, what's the best way for people to contact you?
HodaGeorgia Facebook or Instagram pages
Yeah.
are the best way.
You can also search us on YouTube. If you put it in the search HodaGeorgia,
or learn Georgian language, and we will be first.
First one to pop up on your screen, and there in the description box you can see our Facebook page and everything.
And I'll put links to all of their information on the podcast description below. Just so everyone knows how to say Merry Christmas in Georgian.
Oh, Gilotsav shoba achal tsels mravals daestarīt.
Gilotsav is congratulations.
Yes,
Gilotsav.
and mravals daestarīt is like attend many more, like Mary.
All right, thank you so much. Madloba da nachvamdis.
Madloba, Roberto.
Kargad.
Kargad. And that is our discussion with Becca and Gvanza from HodaGeorgia. As I mentioned, they will be in our episode description below, and they are just wonderfully nice people that I just adore and love, and I can't wait to meet them in Georgia soon. Please check them out, subscribe, and support their content. They work hard at what they do, and anything that gets Georgia more attention is amazing with me. The song you heard at the beginning and we'll be hearing at the end is Alilo by Trio Mandili. All rights are reserved to them, and I thank them for their amazing music. And of course, to support us, feel free to look us up on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram as The History of Sakartvelo, Georgia, on Twitter at history_Georgia, on our website at historyofsakartvelo.com, or on our email at thehistoryofsakartvelogeorgia@gmail.com. Sakartvelo is spelled Sakartvelo. If you would be so kind in aiding with purchasing sources, I have a link to the Amazon wishlist in the transcription of the website and in the episode description. But it's only if you want to. Also, a review on Apple Podcasts or your preferred podcast host goes a long way with getting the word out about the show and helping us reach new people to learn about Georgia. So, Madlba da nachvamdis, and thank you for listening to The History of Sakartvelo, Georgia. See you next time!
Shobas mogilotsav toy aliloda odsta utsa dekembersa Christe ishva Bethlehem shina.